Secret snacks and cheesy bread and underrated cocktails, we are eating and drinking all of the best, newest, and most out there stuff that Hollywood Studios has to offer. This way, you're going to know exactly what you want to prioritize food-wise when you join us on the red carpet. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Now when it comes to A-tier rides and shows, Hollywood Studios is bright like a diamond. But when it comes to food, it can feel more like you're trying to find a diamond in the rough. Fortunately, we've tracked down all the best stuff for you already. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and let us take you around all of Hollywood Studios' table service, snack kiosks, and quick services for the best eats and drinks this park has to offer. We're starting out today with limited time and specialty offerings. They usually will have a lot going on in studios for special events and seasonal stuff. They are really good at shaking up the snack department. So even though I'll be listing a lot of trusty old reliables today, keep in mind that there's a good chance the Hollywood Studios menus are going to be littered with seasonal options too. Often you can find some of the best seasonal snacks at Fairfax Fare off Sunset Boulevard. Recently, Fairfax has been serving a limited time Bell Cup of Enchantment drink made with cranberry and passion fruit orange guava or POG juice, topped with yellow shimmer and strawberry boba pearls. Hollywood Scoops, also off Sunset Boulevard, is where seasonal milkshakes can be found. We're not talking just normal shakes either, we're talking over-the-top loaded shakes. For holidays, you'll often see seasonal shakes topped with cake pops or donuts, and we've had some awesome peanut butter chocolate shakes here with versions topped with donuts or brownies. Now, Woody's Lunchbox in Toy Story Land is already unique for serving lunchbox tarts all year round, but they add an extra dose of uniqueness with their seasonal lunchbox tart varieties too. Around Halloween, there's often a pumpkin version. 4th of July has a red, white, and blue lunchbox tart. Check for placards featuring other seasonal flavors when you're there, like there's that hot cocoa one at Christmas time. And the Joffrey's coffee kiosks like to switch up their drink and dessert offerings every now and then, but mostly those drinks and snacks are going to reflect the nearby attraction, which is something that doesn't happen that often in Disney parks. I think it happens, we've got one Tron cookie over in Magic Kingdom, but Hollywood Studios has two specific cookies that are only at one place and are only for those rides. The Joffrey's outside Tower of Terror has their Terror cookie, which is a purple sugar cookie with white chocolate chips, Oreo bits, and a dusting of cinnamon sugar. They're also currently selling a Frozen in Fear mocktail made with frozen lemonade and wild grape. You can also get this spiked with Grey Goose vodka, though that might taste kind of medicinal, like the cough syrup your parents would give you as a kid, but let me know if you try it and if you love it. Meanwhile, the Joffrey's kiosk right outside of Toy Story Land sells the Play-Doh cookie, which is a funfetti sugar cookie with caramel and white chocolate chips sprinkled inside and an iced animal cracker on top. This kiosk also sells the Roundup latte, made with cookie butter, dulce de leche, and topped with whipped cream, animal crackers, and sprinkles. Way less medicinal. And let's be real here, we're not going to Catalina Eddie's off Sunset Boulevard for the pizza, we're coming here for the pizzazz, as in the specialty dessert pizzazz. Right now, this is where you're going to find the toffee and coconut blondie. That's the current name of that awesome glimmer and shimmer blondie that debuted during the 50th anniversary celebration back in 2021. Seasonal treats come and go, but more than likely, you're going to find some sort of limited time treat at these locations, as well as many, many more. Now, guess you could say there's some super exciting stuff happening in Hollywood Studios, but honestly, this news did make my soda goblin heart happy to hear. Over at Rosie's All-American Cafe off Sunset Boulevard, which you are never going to hear us recommend normally, you can find Pib Extra, a soda that's spicy cherry flavored, similar to Dr. Pepper, but just from Coke instead of Dr. Pepper. Not only can you get this soda at Rosie's, but you can also get one free refill once if you finish it. And for those of you who've already told me that Mr. Pibb is not a solid substitute for Dr. Pepper, well, you underestimate my true soda goblin nature. Now, if you're craving Mr. Pibb, you'll also find it at Primo Piatto at the Riviera Resort and Crockett's Tavern at Fort Wilderness and in Coke Freestyle machines. Other restaurants like Catalina Eddie's or Docking Bay 7 should honor the one free refill as well, so long as things aren't too chaotic in the restaurant, though smaller locations like Ronto Roasters said they will not honor the free refill. So it's kind of a case-by-case basis based on our research so far. Okay, enough of the Pib talk. Let's get back to the truly unique Hollywood Studios snackage and drinkage. Oga's Cantina inside Galaxy's Edge is most well known for its otherworldly pre-made mocktails and cocktails. As far as snacks are concerned, well, It's been kind of lacking in that department for years, until the end of last year when Oga's introduced us to the Umbaran cheese roll, and we have not been able to shut up about it since. This cheese roll is a spice-dusted pretzel bun stuffed with herb cheese and served with a dipping sauce. Now, this little guy is crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. It's got quite a bit of spice to it without being too hot on the tongue. The herb cheese on the inside is like a spiced, creamy pimento, and that dipping sauce served on the side tastes like a thin honey mustard sauce. The sweetness of the sauce works well with the spices from the bread and that creaminess and richness of the cheese, making this a unique snack while still keeping things safe in my bread and cheese wheelhouse. So earlier last year, Hollywood Studios opened up the brand new ice-cold hydraulics snack kiosk, replacing the old Grand Avenue snack carts. And with this new kiosk came a lot of basic Disney snacks that we're already familiar with, like Mickey-shaped pretzels and popcorn and cotton candy and Mickey Premium bars. But hydraulics also gave us a couple of new options too that we've never seen inside a Disney World park before, like the Bouncin' Mini Churros, for instance. These are uniquely savory churros topped with Coca-Cola and bourbon candied bacon, sriracha aioli, and scallions. Now, while the churros themselves are just regular mini churros, not savory on their own and still topped with cinnamon sugar, the savory toppings really make this snack interesting. The bacon in particular adds a nice salty element, and you definitely get a bit of the Coca-Cola and bourbon flavor coming through these too. As far as the scallions are concerned, the flavor is super light and not overpoweringly oniony because they're chopped up real tiny. The first few churros that we tried seemed to be a little heavy-handed on the aioli, which is never a bad thing in my opinion. The more aioli, the better. That being said, you might want to spread the aioli love around to each of the churros evenly so you get a little aioli goodness in each bite. So we're going to talk more about the foods around Muppet's Courtyard later on because that's going to be a bit of a sensitive subject right now. But for now, I want to specifically talk about the Hollywood Studios Vivoli Gelato cart, which you can normally find outside of Muppet Vision 3D. But since this cart has the ability to move around, it's on wheels after all, I'm guessing it'll relocate once Muppet's Courtyard goes under construction this summer, I think. Anyway, getting ahead of myself, let's stick with the gelato sorbet talk. This cart has several gelato and sorbet flavors that switch out periodically, but the Pog sorbet, that passion fruit orange guava sorbet, has been our favorite flavor of its lineup so far. Used to be just a seasonal flavor, a flavor of the week. Now it's there permanently. It's a very sweet treat that's fruity and flavorful and refreshing. Plus it's dairy-free, so plant-based eaters can enjoy it as well. And get this, if you're not planning on going to Hollywood Studios during your next trip, you might still be able to grab the Pog sorbet over at Disney Springs. Because Vivoli El Gelato has a storefront there and it cycles through different gelatos and sorbets year-round, which could include the Pog flavor too. So you might still be able to get this sweet treat minus the park ticket. Hey, howdy hey! Roundup Rodeo Barbecue inside Toy Story Land is that sit-down restaurant where you're going to shrink down to the size of a toy to experience a colorful world of cardboard props and oversized board games and family-style all-you-care-to enjoy barbecue. The barbecue here is tasty, though it's definitely one of the more expensive barbecue options on Disney property for sure. But for me, one of the main standout items in this spread is the Prospector's homemade cheddar biscuits served with sweet pepper jelly. I know, you're shocked that I'm talking about a cheesy bread option again, I'm sure, but it's really good cheesy bread, okay? The biscuits are soft with a nice amount of bread to cheese ratio, and the pepper jelly they're served with is peppery and sweet and has a vinegary zing to it. Different, but good different. Roundup Rodeo Barbecue is going to stuff you full of bread and apps and entrees and desserts and really good mac and cheese. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about here is mac and cheese, which again, tracks, right? And there's a bunch of desserts too. It's $49 per adult and $27 per kid. So if you're looking for a hearty meal with tons to look at, this might be the place you want to make advanced dining reservations. Just make sure to ask for extra helpings of the biscuits. I mean, as long as you're paying for them, you might as well make the most out of the cost. So Fairfax Fare hasn't always been my favorite place to grab a hearty or savory snack during my Hollywood Studios day. But back when the savory waffle bowls were introduced to this stand in 2022, I became a fan really fast. Granted, I'm a cautious fan because I know this snack stand has a history of switching things up. But since the waffle bowls have been a staple item of this booth for the past couple of years now, let's just say I'm thrilled they've stuck around for this long. And I'm crossing my fingers that they continue to do so. There are 4 different waffle bowl options options that you can currently choose from, including the buffalo chicken bowl, the Korean barbecue pork belly bowl, and the barbecue beef brisket bowl. And then there's the plant-based soba noodle salad bowl. While the soba noodle salad bowl is a nice fresh option for plant-based eaters, and even for those looking for a lighter waffle bowl-based snack, it is missing one of my absolute favorite parts of the other three bowls, and that is the creamy mashed potatoes. Seriously, mashed potatoes, crispy waffle bowl, hearty portions of meat, it's a savory snack that could easily double as a satisfying lunch. By the way, you want to know our top 10 snacks and not just Hollywood Studios, but the rest of the Disney World parks too? Of course you do. Then go ahead and scan the QR code you see on the screen now. Or if you're on your phone, head to disneyfoodblog.com/best snacks after this. And we're going to send you our full list of best theme park snacks, which also comes along with detailed DFB maps showing you where each of these favorite snacks is located. So you get our full list of favorite snacks, you get exclusive snack maps, and it's totally free. What could possibly go wrong? I love this. So definitely go check it out. Next on our list, unique hot dogs. All right, so you might be asking yourself, what used to be available at Fairfax Fare before those wonderful waffle bowls took over? Well, Fairfax Fare used to serve up loaded hot dogs, like a bacon mac and cheese dog, a pretzel hot dog, and a California BLTA dog loaded with lettuce, tomato, avocado, crispy applewood bacon, house-made black pepper mayonnaise, and mustard aioli. But when Fairfax Fare switched up their menu, these hot dogs didn't up and disappear. They relocated over to Dockside Diner in Echo Lake. Now, is this our all-time favorite place to pick up a hot dog in Disney World? No, I'd probably still get one over at Casey's Corner first, or even the Blue Ribbon Corn Dog Kiosk at Boardwalk Inn. But the hot dogs here are still great for hot dog fanatics who want to spice up their hot dog game with some more adventurous toppings and buns. Now, if you want an even more unique hot dog-esque snack that you might enjoy more than what Dockside Diner has on offer, you know what? You're going to enjoy it more than what Dockside Diner has on offer. Then hit up Ronto Roasters in Galaxy's Edge ASAP. I don't even like to call this a hot dog option. It's not a hot dog. It's a sausage situation. That's what it is. Now, in their OG form, Ronto wraps are made out of roasted pork, grilled pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, and slaw, all wrapped up in pita bread. So, a space hot dog. Now, while the Ronto wrap has been a go-to snack or even light lunch for our team during several Batu visits, there are also two other Ronto wrap versions that deserve some recognition too in this video. The first is the Zuki wrap, which is the plant-based version of the Ronto wrap and is made with grilled zucchini, smoky chickpea onion slaw, creamy garlic tahini sauce, and fresh cilantro wrapped in pita bread. This is not like an intergalactic hot dog, but for some, that might make the Zuki wrap a bigger selling point than the OG meat-based version. That garlic tahini sauce has a ton of flavor and a little bit of heat to it too. Not to mention the grilled pita is just as yummy when filled with veggies, giving the wrap a nice consistency and crunch. Now, the second new version, or the third version overall, is my favorite one. This is the Ronto morning wrap you can order for breakfast. This is filled with scrambled eggs, grilled pork sausage, shredded cheese, and peppercorn sauce. Similar to the OG Ronto wrap, the morning wrap has plenty of that pork sausage flavor shining through, but the eggs are a really nice addition. It's going to help you fill up before jumping in line before Rise of the Resistance. You can definitely have a later lunch after having this for breakfast. Now, since we are in Galaxy's Edge, I've heard down the grapevine that the cold brew black calf served at Katsaka's Kettle in Hollywood Studios isn't as good as the version served over in Disneyland, but I still like this Galaxy's Edge beverage in all forms. So let's talk about it. Back in 2022, Hollywood Studios finally got the cold brew black calf, which is made with Joffrey's cold brew, topped with sweet cream cheese and chocolate puffs, basically Cocoa Puffs. I know it sounds simple, but it's a good balance of bitter coffee and the sweetness of the toppings. It's like a grown-up version of a bowl of Cocoa Puffs, but you can make it even more adult by adding Godiva chocolate liqueur, which makes the drink way less bitter and way more chocolatey. The regular cold brew black calf is going to set you back $6, while the spiked one will cost $15.50. Fair warning though, if there's ever a Cocoa Puff shortage, your black calf might instead be topped off with Cocoa Krispies instead, which we've experienced in the past. Usually that's not going to be the case, but again, it can happen, so just, be prepared for like a cereal situation. Now, heading out of Galaxy's Edge, we're going to head over towards Echo Lake, and we are going to stop at Backlot Express, of course, because listen, well, probably nobody else is going to put this in their best things to eat in Hollywood Studios. It's the law for me to do it, because because I love chicken strips and cheese sauce. Anyway, I know they're basic and theme park staples, but Disney chicken tenders are my true comfort food. There's nothing like a stack of tenders with about 5 little pods of barbecue sauce per tender. And of course, that plastic cheese that you can get a side of here at Backlot Express. That's where we are, by the way, Backlot Express. But I gotta tell you, this is like one of the, you know when you're in the middle of a vacation and everything's just confusing and busy and you just need that place to like settle. That's what Backlot Express is for me. I always go there. I get chicken tenders, fries, cheese sauce, and barbecue sauce, and I just decompress. Thank you, Backlot Express, for this. All right, heading past Backlot, we are going to indulge in some Indiana Jones cocktails. Now, it is wild that a whole cocktail stand themed around one of the greatest adventures in cinema is also one of the most underrated. But several folks will spend a whole day in Hollywood studios never knowing that Oasis Canteen even exists. So Oasis Canteen was kind of reimagined back in the summer of 2019. It's located near the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, and this stand features a full bar as well as a selection of drinks unique to the location. Think of this like a sample-sized version of Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar over in Disney Springs. While you're not going to be able to hang out in a fully immersive indie atmosphere, you'll still be able to choose from a small selection of indie-inspired drinks. You got the Lost Jewel, made with vodka, peach schnapps, blue curacao, and sweet and sour, served with a souvenir glow cube. Snake Alley, made with coconut rum, creme de banana, melon liqueur, sweet and sour, and pineapple juice. And Long Lost Island, made with vodka, rum, gin, triple sec, sweet and sour, Sprite, and wild berry, with again a souvenir glow cube. So yes, are these all kind of bachelorette party drinks? Yes, but they're also really fun vacation drinks, and they've got fun names. Now, the best thing about grabbing an indie drink from the Oasis Canteen is that you can take it on into the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular with you to enjoy during the show. This outdoor theater does allow snacks and drinks, as does the Beauty and the Beast live on stage show over at Sunset Boulevard. So you know what other drink kiosk is severely overlooked inside Hollywood Studios? The Sunshine Day Bar off Sunset Boulevard. Now, this walk-up bar is open seasonally, so you might not see it up and running during slower times of the year. But if you do see it open, I'd highly recommend trying a cherry blossom beverage if you're 21 and over, of course. Now, the cherry blossom is made with rum, Luxardo maraschino cherry liqueur, pineapple juice, and grenadine. Not only is it a pretty cherry blossom color, but it tastes nice and crisp, just like a fresh cup of springtime happiness. The fruit juices blend really smoothly against the rum, and the grenadine adds a nice touch of sourness to complement the whole thing. Plus, maybe if you go to this particular location, you'll have the opportunity to wow your friends and family with all kinds of details about what this used to be in Hollywood Studios, which is originally a location serving McDonald's French fries. And then there were turkey legs, and then it was Sunshine Day Cafe, and now it's Sunshine Day Bar. So this has been a lot of things in my lifetime, and we'll see what happens next. Fun fact though, before Epic Eats was called Epic Eats, it was actually Oasis Canteen. Yep, we're back here at Oasis Canteen, which is now Epic Eats because Oasis Canteen is next to it now. Make sense? No, of course it doesn't. This is how Disney works, y'all. Anyway, this is where Oasis Canteen was originally before it became a walk-up bar in the same Echo Lake area. But now Epic Eats serves a selection of funnel cakes, both classic and ice cream loaded, which is what they used to serve at Oasis Canteen when this was Oasis Canteen. Normally, there are 2 types of loaded funnel cake varieties you can pick up at this kiosk. The first is the funnel cake with strawberry topping and soft serve vanilla ice cream, and the second is the funnel cake with cookies and cream and soft serve vanilla ice cream. And much like I talked about earlier, this is another snack location in Hollywood Studios that often releases limited time funnel cake varieties throughout the different seasons. So you never know what you might find here. But I will say this, if you are on the Disney dining plan, these funnel cakes are a great deal for a snack credit. Okay, I've got a quick hypothetical scenario for you. Let's say you're in Hollywood Studios and you're bragging to your friend about all the fun DFB snack and food videos you've watched in preparation for your big trip. But then, all of a sudden, when your friend puts you on the spot questioning you all about your newfound Disney World food knowledge, you find yourself drawing a blank. What were the best restaurants located in each park again? And what secret menu items were you supposed to ask about? And which restaurants had happy hours to help you save money on food and drinks? Fortunately, you don't have to be caught like a deer in headlights because you can just take me and the rest of the DFB gang with you to Disney World. Our DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining has updated info, tips, and budgeting advice regarding every single Disney World restaurant on property. So if you're ever at a loss and you need us to help you out, you can have our downloadable guide already on your phone and ready to access no matter where you might be. It's also searchable, so you can find the answers to those questions real fast. And don't forget to use the code YouTube before you check out over at dfbstore.com to save you money on your purchase. So are blue and green milk truly the best things to drink in Hollywood studios? No, but they're some of the best novelty drinks for sure, and the whole family can try them, and it's one of those things you kind of have to do it if you're there, right? I mean, you get it. It's, again, I talk about things being the law. Well, there is a Disney law, and that's part of it. So blue and green milk served over at the milk stand in Galaxy's Edge are interesting for sure. I don't know, some folks on our team love these milks and think they're a nice and refreshing treat for around $9 each. But for the record, the milk here isn't really a moo cow sort of milk. These are actually frozen beverages made with non-dairy rice and coconut milks, making them plant-based and vegan friendly. The blue milk is supposed to be flavored with notes of dragon fruit, pineapple, lime, and watermelon, though it definitely has a milk at the bottom of a cereal bowl kind of taste, but for me, not in a good way. And the green milk is supposed to be flavored with notes of mandarin orange, passion fruit, grapefruit, and orange blossom, which for me tastes like perfume. But please let me know in the comments if you are a huge proponent of either of these milks, and tell the rest of our viewers why you love them, because it could just be that my taste buds are so messed up from all the buffalo wings I eat. Now, if you're a Star Wars fan or just a fan of trying something totally unique while you're on vacation, either milk is worth trying at least once, even if just for the picture op. Adults might also want to consider spiking their milk. The blue milk can be spiked with rum, the green with tequila, and kids might want to upgrade their non-alcoholic blue milks with the Tenu Swirl Crunchy cereal, which adds raspberry jelly and mini rainbow crunchy candies to their drink to make it all the more fun and novelty.
Hey everyone, Bria the scriptwriter here. I'm not sure exactly how AJ feels about the roasted Endorian chicken salad from Docking Bay 7, which you can find over in Galaxy's Edge, but I like ordering this option when I'm looking for a lighter meal at a lighter price point. The chicken salad isn't like that creamy mayo-based stuff. It's literally roasted chicken on top of a bed of lettuce with shaved onion, radish, grapes, tomato, cucumber, all tossed in a lemon pomegranate vinaigrette with spiced yogurt drizzle. Texturally, this isn't going to be for everyone, but I certainly enjoy having all the different flavors going on here, which makes this dish feel very Mediterranean-inspired and very fresh tasting too.
It is the comeback of the century, my friends. Once upon a time, the ABC Commissary quick service off of Commissary Lane just never stood out. It served mediocre burgers and salads and chicken sandwiches, and it's super boring inside. It literally looks like a corporate cafeteria, which is what it's supposed to look like. But then the pandemic hit, and after this restaurant reopened, it came back swinging with a fully revamped menu. Okay, ABC Com, we see you. Now, ABC Commissary serves items like Mediterranean salads, a buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich, and a plant-based California burger. But probably our favorite items to grab here are the tacos. You can choose the pork carnitas tacos topped with avocado salsa verde and pickled onions, or you can choose the shrimp tacos topped with cabbage slaw, chipotle mayonnaise, and mango salsa. Both taco options come with sides of Mexican rice and pork black beans topped with queso fresco, all for around $12 to $13. And what can I say? We are fully ready to revamp our reviews if there's reason to, and ABC Commissary is suddenly just shooting to the top of our Hollywood Studios list when it used to be way down at the bottom. Oh, and by the way, ABC Commissary is also one of the locations where you can pick up the new buffalo fries that launched toward the end of last year. Other locations these are served are Backlot Express and Rosie's All-American Cafe. These are ranch-seasoned French fries drizzled with buffalo ranch sauce and blue cheese dressing. Now, these are just the buffalo toppings, no chicken on here. Which, if you know anything about yours truly, you know that the girl from Buffalo is naturally going to gravitate to all things buffalo flavored. Now, these fries are nice and crispy, and the ranch flavor is strong and tangy, and also not really spicy. So if you enjoy the zing of buffalo flavoring, but you're not necessarily a fan of heat, you're going to like these. My one main complaint about them is that there's just not enough blue cheese dressing to really balance all that buffalo blue cheese combo. So if I'm getting a starchy snack loaded with buffalo and blue cheese in Disney, I'm still going to choose to head up Trilobites in Animal Kingdom to get the buffalo chicken chips while they're still around. You're not seeing double. The Jack Jack Num Num cookie actually has two homes in Hollywood Studios. In the Pixar Plaza area, right outside Toy Story Land, you can grab a Jack Jack Num Num either at the market or the neighborhood bakery. Sometimes the market isn't open, and so neighborhood bakery is going to be where you go. These are just simply very rich, huge, thick chocolate chip cookies, almost like mini pies. And if you get them served fresh and warm, they're even better. Are they super innovative? No. But if a simple treat can be executed well, then by all means, I'm going to be a fan. Now, after all this time, I still have some feelings when it comes to Baseline Tap House. This little walk-up bar opened back in 2017, replacing the Writer's Stop, which was my favorite place to go to browse books and pick up an afternoon sweet treat. But alas, I have to try to move past that. I haven't done a great job so far, but I'll try harder, I promise. Anyway, it's not Baseline's fault that the Writer's Stop is gone, and as far as snacks on on-tap brews are concerned, it's got a decent variety of options to choose from. In fact, Baseline is where you're going to find one of the most affordable charcuterie plates on site. For $13, you can order the California cheese and charcuterie plate, which includes Toma Farmstead cheese, Point Reyes Original Blue, Laura Chanel's Sonoma goat cheese, chorizo and calabrese salami, cornichons, grapes, and toasted baguettes. If you want to munch on some charcuterie and try a beer flight while you're at it, aim to visit Baseline toward the end of the day rather than the middle of it. Usually people will be out of the park by then or focusing on getting some last-minute ride-throughs accomplished, giving you more room to spread out and finally find a seat for all your sipping and savoring purposes. Now, Hollywood and Vine is definitely not my favorite character dining experience in Disney World, nor is it my favorite restaurant in Hollywood Studios. So why is it on this list? Well, it's got some good things going for it, and it's worth talking about. For starters, this is the only table service in Hollywood Studios where you're going to find character dining. And second, the character dining here switches up seasonally. Hollywood and Vine features two character meal options depending on the time of day and the time of year that you visit. You can either start your day with the Disney Junior Play and Dine Breakfast, which features Fancy Nancy, Vampirina, Doc McStuffins, and Roadster Goofy, or you can wait for lunch or dinner to experience Minnie's Seasonal Dine. Depending on the season, you might experience the Silver Screen Dine, the Springtime Dine, the Summertime Dine, a Halloween Dine, or the Holiday Dine. Is Dine starting to sound weird to you? Yeah, me too. During these buffet meals, you're going to be joined by Minnie, Mickey, Goofy, and Pluto, and they're all going to be dressed up according to that particular theme. So very fun to see all the different costumes that come out for each individual season. There's no denying the best part about this restaurant is the characters, but stuff like the plant-based roasted mushroom farro risotto, oven roasted herb chicken, candy magic bar, those have been some of our go-to options when we've eaten here in the past, but mostly this is going to be pretty standard buffet, stuff. Now, there is a trend with Hollywood Studios restaurants. Many of them are really neat to eat at from an aesthetic and highly themed point of view, but their food is typically okay at best, and this includes Sci-Fi Dine-In. Granted, if you're super into the diner burgers and fried apps and milkshakes, this place is going to be your jam. But for the price of each of these burgers, you're probably going to be better off going to your local Steak and Shake and calling it good. But here's the thing. Your local Steak and Shake is not going to have a full-on drive-in movie theater vibe going on where you're going to be able to dine in your own little convertible car and watch cheesy black and white clips straight out of a B-rated sci-fi film. Now that's what makes these burgers taste better. It's the oomph of the retro cinema coming at ya. Whenever I eat here, my default burger is the drive-in barbecue burger, which has been on the menu for years now. But it's morphed over time. Originally, this burger had onion rings and crispy fried jalapenos, but back in 2021, the restaurant switched out the crunchy toppings in exchange for another meat, the smoked pulled pork. Otherwise, the cheddar, lettuce, and barbecue sauce has stayed the same. Honestly, not a bad burger. The patty tends to come out juicy and the pulled pork has a layer of saltiness and sweetness to it that brings the two meats together nicely. But again, you're probably going to enjoy a burger from Steakhouse 71 in the Contemporary Resort or a burger from Deluxe in Disney Springs more. But if you want to check out the dine-in immersiveness going on here, then the barbecue burger is a solid option to lean on. To be fair, not every Hollywood Studios table service is mostly style instead of substance. The signature Hollywood Brown Derby restaurant is style, substance, and shabam, which is AJ speak for this is one of my favorite restaurants on Disney property. The venue regularly rotates out here, but oftentimes you're going to find stuff like charcuterie boards and seasonal soups, escargot, variety of meat dishes. There's always going to be a filet mignon. Right now it has a potatoes au gratin with it. Definitely a great go-to restaurant for both food and atmosphere, which is hard to find in Hollywood Studios. So in this particular video, we're going to talk about the Cobb salad. And I get it, a Cobb salad doesn't seem like it should be all that special, but Hollywood Brown Derby, of course, was the originator of the Cobb salad and has found a way to make this basic dish so elevated that we tend to forget other Cobb salads ever existed before this one, because they didn't. So the salad features split roasted turkey, finely chopped greens, bacon, egg, tomatoes, avocado, chives, crumbled blue cheese, and Cobb dressing, and it's prepared tableside. What makes this even better? You don't need a reservation at this signature restaurant to actually get it. You can instead put your name on the Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge walk-up wait list and order from the lounge's extensive list of cocktails and other small plates, including the famous Cobb salad. Now, keep in mind that the lounge is first come, first served, and it's all outdoors. So if it's a really hot day or a really rainy day, go ahead and make reservations to go into Hollywood Brown Derby. But if it's not, and you're just like, I'm got a hankering for that Cobb salad, then you can definitely just walk up and eat at the lounge. So this is a question I ask myself all the time. Why eat a PB&J when you can drink one? Right? Don't you ask yourself that? Okay, we're the same. The peanut butter and jelly milkshake at 50's Primetime Cafe is pretty self-explanatory, unless you want me to specify the jelly flavor because it's grape. Now, while the peanut butter kind of overpowers the grape jelly flavor, I'm totally okay with that because I'm a big PB fan. So if you're a big PB fan too, this milkshake needs to be at the top of your must-try list. I also love that this shake is served straight from the mixer, metal cup and all, so very nice touch. Usually, people are more apt to book a table at 50's Primetime Cafe for the home-cooked meal and zany server antics alone, but not me. I'm here for the PB&J shake, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Now, have we always been the greatest supporters of Pizza Rizzo and Mama Melrose's? No. Are we still going to be a little melancholy when we see them board up this summer? Yes, I think we are. Recently, Disney revealed that Monsters, Inc. Land is coming to Hollywood Studios at a later date, and it will be taking over the Muppets Courtyard area. And in order for Disney's Imagineers to get right to work on this massive undertaking, phased closures around Muppets Courtyard will begin in May 2025. The last day you'll be able to dine at Mama Melrose will be May 10th. Following that, Muppet Vision 3D and Pizza Rizzo will close on June 7th. So if you want a hearty Italian dish from Mama Mel, or you really want a puffy pizza from Rizzo the Rat before either of these places are gone, now's your chance. Okay, and we've finally gotten to my favorite thing to eat in Hollywood Studios. I know. It's called the carrot cake whoopie pie now, but I loved this treat before it went all whoopie pie on me for years. I loved it back when it was referred to as the carrot cake cookie, back when it was a staple treat at the writer's stop. Still working on moving past this heartbreak. While the writer's stop is long gone, a version of the carrot cake cookie still remains at the Trolley Car Cafe off of Hollywood Boulevard. Now, the carrot cake cookie is made with cream cheese frosting sandwiched between two moist and spongy carrot cake cookies. I know moist and spongy aren't the most appetizing descriptors, but come on, we're talking about cake here. And I could probably eat the cream cheese icing all by itself, but the added texture and flavor of the cake is a good accompaniment. Okay? All right. Now, remember, if you get your carrot cake cookie and it's really, really cold, like right out of the refrigerated section of Trolley Car, let it sit for a little while and warm up a little bit because it's going to have a much better texture if you do. Okay, you don't have to be done eating the best foods in the Disney parks yet. We've got a whole series that you can check out now to keep the must-eats and drinks going. Right now, we've got Best Things to Eat in Magic Kingdom, Best Things to Eat in Epcot. I think Best Things to Eat in Animal Kingdom is done. If it's not, it's coming soon. And here is Hollywood Studios. And of course, we're going to have Springs as well coming up too, probably hotels. Stick with us. If you don't see all of the videos yet, they're all coming very soon. So go check them out. And don't forget to pick up our free DFB Best Snacks Guide, which comes with snack maps over at disneyfoodblog.com/best snacks right now. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.